Here's my big goal. No plastics. Again, plastic alternative to your bins and things, and it looks like super aesthetically pleasing. I found a really cool like replacement for command hooks. I really honestly think this could be like one of my best organization hauls yet. So in this video, I'm super excited because we have got some organization that we're gonna be doing, but here's the deal. On the cheap, it's gonna be less than $100 and we're not gonna use any plastic. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. So Ben and Derek just finished installing all of the solar stuff this last week. And as a result, the inside of this RV is an absolute wreck right now. The plan has been all along that we are going to be doing like another round of reno, I guess, for lack of a better term. We've decided that the bunks that we built 3 years ago now, I think that it was, the kids have outgrown these, which is just crazy to think about. And so those have to be taken out and they're going away. We already removed the couch that was on this side of the RV. And right now we just have a mattress on the floor because that's what Dakota's been using to sleep on until that we get this day bed built, which that's coming in about 3-ish weeks, maybe less now. Like time is flying this month, I swear. Right now, my big project has to do with this back closet because literally like, okay, here's how I feel like projects always happen, right? Like you decide, we're just gonna add an inverter and some more batteries. And no, that turned into an auto former, like more solar controllers. So I literally lost like just over half of the closet space that is now going to be somewhat unusable. And I've got to figure out a solution. So I was doing some measurements last night. One of my things is because we had this dresser that had to be removed. So I'm gonna show you what I picked up on Facebook Marketplace because here's the deal. I'm all about organizing on the cheap, but as time has progressed, I really like for things to look high-end, feel high-end, not so cheap. So we're gonna be organizing this entire RV, reorganizing, renoing, and I'm going to do it on the cheap.
We need to spend less money.
Gonna take you guys along. Here's my big goal. No plastic bins, no plastic anything. We're gonna do it without plastics.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
One of the things that I'm going to do next is we're gonna take a trip down to a liquidation store. Now here's the thing. Liquidation stores are popping up everywhere. So all you need to do is just jump onto Google. This is what I did. Search for liquidation stores near me. And I guarantee you, especially if you're in a more major city, like right now we're in the Central Florida area. So like Orlando is like the major city. There's like literally a dozen liquidation stores in this Orlando area that I found in a quick Google search that are like within 30 to 45 minutes of where we're at the moment. So be taking a trip down there. We're going to be utilizing thrift stores, but here's the other thing, guys. I found a really cool like replacement for command hooks that does the same job. That's not the, like tacky white plastic hook. So I'm going to be showing you that a little bit later in the video because I'm super excited about that. As Ben and I are now in our 40s, we're becoming more aware of the need for balance in our lives when it comes to just taking better care of our health. And because we want to be around for the long haul, we've got a lot more miles to travel. This is why we recently decided to try the Circle DNA testing to learn more about genetic predispositions and to better understand how we need to care for ourselves and our family. Circle is an at-home, non-invasive DNA test providing health insights across 500 plus reports based on your unique genetic blueprint. Once you order the kit, simply swab your mouth. There's really easy instructions provided. Place the swab in the test tube and mail it back. Now, results will arrive within the Circle app within just 18 business days. Not only is it fun learning more about our genetic history and ancestry, but our test results helped us understand more about health risks, genetic cancer risks, and a lot more. There's a ton of information in the results report, which comes in the app. And the app not only tells you results, but also gives you recommendations on what to do next, which saves a ton of time with further research. We're both really surprised to learn about our specific health history and dietary needs based on our genetics, and also things like injury risks based on our genetics. We're very glad we did the Circle DNA testing because we were able to learn more about our specific health needs and risks. So now we can tailor our lifestyle habits based on genetics. You can visit the link in the description below to learn more and order your DNA test kit. Plus, for a limited time, you can save 40% off of a Circle DNA test using our code gratefulglamper. And a huge thanks to Circle DNA Testing for sponsoring this video. So this is one of the thrift store finds. I found this for just $2 at a local thrift store. It was this green color, so I just used some spray paint that I already had on hand to make it this gray color. Now, I will tell you, I don't know what I'm gonna put in here yet, but this type of basket that is large and is like more firm is a perfect plastic alternative for storage. I've got it in the closet right now. I am sure we will find things that will fit in it and it will be great for organization. Now, my other thrift store find that I found for another like $1.50 is this little wood box here. Right now, I've got Ben's like drill chargers and things like that all charging in here. That works great up in this space. Again, plastic alternative to your bins and things, and it looks like super aesthetically pleasing. So that worked out perfect right up there. I'm getting what I call ADD OCD, where I start in one area of the RV and then I end up like migrating to another area of the RV because I realize that that is like messy anyway. So now I'm in the dinette. This is like a hot mess going on here. And I just opened up this dinette Benz, and you guys, like, I am so embarrassed. Like, I just look at this and I'm like, holy cow, how did I let it get to this point? Look at this. It's a wreck, guys. It's a wreck. It's not going to be a wreck in a little bit. Some awesome finds at the thrift store. The liquidation store had a few things that were okay. Nothing that I got today because I didn't feel like it was cheap enough yet, but we found out that the way that they work, they put out new stuff, and then each day of the week as time passes, they mark down the price lower and lower and lower. So like on Wednesday, everything becomes $4. So I'm gonna head back on Wednesday. I'll keep you posted if I find anything still good left for $4. Today everything was 16, so that was more than what I wanted to spend. That is to come. And still, I'm really excited about this like command hook replacement, which I didn't pick up the supplies for that today just because I ran out of time, but I'll get those this week, and that'll be a little bit later in the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, so I'm feeling better about what we've got going on here. I've got these benches pretty much organized now. My one big goal with these benches was I wanted to create space for when that I want to put things down here, like extra sparkling water, extra bottled water, like stuff like that. Obviously we want to keep down and not like in a cupboard or in a shelf, like when it's really, really heavy. So I've got some space opened up here. I picked up this rope bin at Goodwill. What I've got here is I actually have it really like smushed. It's a technical term, smushed.
It's science.
To fit what I needed to fit. So I will probably put an extra roll of paper towels in here. Sometimes we store extra toilet paper under here as well. And then I've got all of the like appliance stuff as far as like our ice maker and the Instant Pot. And I've got all of that now in one section here. I got a little bit of extra space there if I need it. One tip that I would say, at least for me, that I find is super helpful is to not feel like you have to like fill every space. I know for me, sometimes it just feels like I just have more breathing room. So don't have to always like fill every single gap. Closet is just about done. The drawers that I painted turned out amazing. I'm just waiting for them to dry. With the weather we're having today, it's gonna take a while because it's super humid. So that needs to dry. But you know how projects are, they grow. So now I've got this kitchen that is a wreck. So we're keeping all of this on the cheap. I actually have leftover wiring from a project that we did several months ago now at this point, using some leftovers. And what I'm going to do is in these cupboards where I've used these shelf dividers, I'm actually going to put like a more permanent solution in there versus the shelf dividers. What I've found over the last 5 years is that I'm not reconfiguring my cabinets. Like once I have them set the way I want, I don't want to necessarily do something different. And it's such a big space. So we're going to make it a little bit more of a permanent configuration with this, essentially for free, because it's all stuff that we had on hand from other projects. So cost zero. So we're going to basically install it upside down. That one's wonky.
There?
Does that look? No, that looks like.
Oh, yeah.
So another thrift store find. Now, this kind of is like organizing, kind of just like RV life, things that make it easier. But one of my friends had one of these because it is nice to be able to eat outside when you can. And so to be able to just store like your paper plates and things like that in something that you can take in and out really easy. But also for us, because we do like to boondock, and if we're boondocking, I try to not use dishes when we can and use disposables. So it can sit right here on the counter with my little anti-skid thing. And we've got all of our stuff right there as well. Super cheap, not plastic. So we're gonna break down all of these costs for you in just a few minutes. Let me show you what I got going on here real quick. So I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace. So this is just, it's meant for like toy storage. Now, obviously, this feels pretty juvenile. These are like nice wood bins. So I'm gonna paint these, but this is gonna be Ben's new dresser area. And then I gotta get all the clothes back in here and then figure out some solutions for down on this floor area. But this space here now, like this is pretty much unusable. So you can almost really see, like I lost a crap ton of space in here because these stick out so far from the wall. But anyway, we are gonna make it work and we're gonna get everything that we need. Organization just like makes my OCD heart happy. And I really honestly think this could be like one of my best organization hauls yet. You know that I have been a huge fan of command hooks, and I love command hooks, but I also am getting a little bit tired of just, I don't know, the plastic feel of command hooks when you see them on a wall. So we are doing a command hook DIY replacement. So I picked up these wood squares at the local Dollar Tree. These knobs we picked up at Hobby Lobby. So I just hit these with a quick coat of spray paint and then used some E6000 to put this knob onto this board. Now you could really use anything, like Dollar Tree used to have these like little mirrors. You could kind of do this any which way you wanted to, but these are going to be going on the wall. It's essentially a replacement for command hooks. Now, we are still going to use some command strips. So we're gonna take some of these Velcro command strips and get these hung on the wall as a plastic alternative to command hooks that will still do the same job. I found with any of these command anything, like surface prep is key. So I usually take an alcohol swab and clean the area where I think I'm going to put these. I think the other one's gonna be down here. A lot of people I've heard say that they've tried command strips or hooks in their RV and they've fallen off. Well, I haven't had one fall off yet, but I do think prep is absolutely key. So got this peeled off and we're going to stick this right here. Now, talking about prep, the other thing that I found is key too is a lot of these 3M strips, command strips, they will tell you that you need to put pressure on it for a good like minute and then, whoops. Obviously that was a big fail, so we're going to go with plan B. And this is nano tape. Now I'll put a link in the description below for this mounting tape on Amazon. One thing I have found with this is that if you want to take this off later, right? This is really designed for a little bit more of a permanent mounting solution versus like a command strip where it's a little bit easier to take off. This does come off, but the one thing that I have found with this is that applying some heat will help it to come off a lot better than just trying to pull it off. So here we go. Plan B is this nano mounting tape. One thing Ben pointed out is that these wood pieces, since I did use a wood piece and not something that has a smooth surface, I think that that was a little bit of an issue. All right, so we'll go with this. And, oh yeah, this is gonna work much, much better. All right, let's get the second one up and then we'll show you the finished product. These all, they look decorative. They look very decorative. Total spent for all of this was only $95, and that's actually really like not true because Some of this was stuff we had on hand, but because I wanted to be accurate and give an accurate measurement, whatever cost of what this would cost if you went to do it. So $40 for our little drawer thing that we have in the closet from Facebook Marketplace. And then thrift store, $20. Now here's my little tip for thrifting is most all of the thrift stores have some sort of color of tag where something's 50% off. And that's really what I look for, is I look for those bargains where that item is in that grouping of 50% off. So killer deals on this one at the thrift store. Now I went ahead and put the supplies that we had on hand, about $25 if you had to go buy a can of spray paint or maybe some of the wire shelving. That's your ballpark area. And then finally, Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby, our approximate cost on those items, around $10. So under $100 for everything, plastic-free, wonderful organization makeover.
Oops. Is it too cold?
I think it's too cold in here.
You didn't see that.
Didn't see that.
That didn't happen.
These strips are like
Oops.
old. Hold on. I'm gonna leave a video right up here with some of our most popular DIY organization stuff that I know you're gonna wanna try. And if we don't see you out on the road or around the campground, we'll catch you in the next video.